Happy story time!
Sweet Dreams Railway. One night, a little boy went on a magical adventure in a world of dreams and wonders. Lucas climbed aboard the Dreamy Railway, a special train that only chugged when kids were ready to drift off to sleep. The Dreamy Railway was a charming blend of fantasy and coziness, a sight to behold. The train had soft, pastel-colored candy-coated walls, with windows resembling huge, delicious lollipops. The roof had glowing fairy lights that sparkled like stars in the night sky. Its wheels were large, colorful, and made of candy canes that spun like pinwheels as the train moved along the tracks. Every time the train turned, it would leave a trail of glittering stardust behind, making the journey even more enchanting. Inside the train, the seats were soft and fluffy, resembling marshmallows, and they had blankets that were as warm as freshly baked cookies. And the floor was covered with a carpet that felt like walking on clouds. Throughout the train, there was a sweet scent of vanilla, chocolate, and strawberries, making it feel like a magical candy wonderland. On the sides of the train were whimsical illustrations of smiling dragons, teddy bears, rainbows, and other magical creatures, all inviting Lucas and other kids to come aboard and join the dreamy adventure. As Lucas settled into his soft, marshmallowy seat, the train conductor, a friendly cat wearing a conductor hat, greeted him. "All aboard for the sweetest dreams ever," the cat purred, and Lucas couldn't help but giggle with excitement. With a gentle chug-chug, the Dreamy Railway set off on its journey. Lucas peered out of the window and saw magical lands passing by. There were chocolate mountains, cotton candy fields, and a river of lemonade that sparkled under the moonlight. As the train chugged, a friendly owl conductor brought warm, fuzzy blankets to tuck Lucas in. "Snuggle up, little one," the owl hooted. "Sweet dreams await." Lucas closed his eyes, and the train's wheels turned faster and faster. Suddenly, the train soared high into the sky, carrying Lucas to a world filled with friendly dragons, talking teddy bears, and laughing rainbows. In this dreamy world, Lucas flew with the dragons and had tea parties with the teddy bears. He laughed with the rainbows and danced with the stars. As the night passed, the dreamy railway returned to the real world, and Lucas slowly woke up, feeling cozy and happy. The train conductors waved goodbye, promising to return for more magical adventures. Lucas climbed out of the train and into bed, ready to sleep peacefully through the night, knowing that the dreamy railway would visit again soon. Overall, the dreamy railway was a magical train that sparked the imagination of young children and took them on wondrous journeys, leaving them with the sweetest dreams in their hearts. Sweet dreams.
A wondrous seashell. Every night before bedtime, Charlotte loved to visit her favorite place in the world, the beach. In her words, the beach was a wondrous and enchanting place. The waves of the ocean reminded her of graceful dancers, leaping and twirling with joy. The water itself was a beautiful blend of blue and turquoise, so clear that Charlotte could see small fish swimming right beneath the surface. She often imagined she was swimming alongside them, exploring their underwater world. The sand was so soft and inviting, perfect for her little feet to wiggle and sink into. And of course, there were seashells of all shapes, sizes, and colors decorating the shoreline, almost as if they were tiny treasures waiting to be discovered. Charlotte's favorite activity was collecting them and feeling the coolness of their surface against her palms. With the stars shining bright above and the gentle waves serenading her, the beach becomes the perfect place for Charlotte's adventures. As night falls, the beach becomes even more magical. One evening, the sun dipped below the horizon, and the sky transformed into a canvas of colors, with pinks, oranges, and purples painting the heavens. Charlotte skipped happily along the sandy shore as the waves danced and splashed, tickling her toes. Charlotte noticed something special lying in the sand. A seashell with a glimmering glow. She picked it up gently, and to her amazement, it twinkled like a tiny star. "Wow," she exclaimed, holding the seashell close to her ear. "What a magical sound." As the night sky spread its dark, velvety blanket of stars, Charlotte had an idea. She whispered to the seashell, "Can you take me on an adventure, little star? Let's explore the sparkling night together." To her surprise, the seashell began to shimmer even brighter, and the magical swirl of starlight surrounded her. Before she knew it, she was floating in the sky, carried by the seashell like a shooting star. Charlotte soared among the twinkling stars, feeling the soft breeze caress her cheeks. She met friendly constellations and had a friendly chat with the moon. They laughed and told her stories as she snuggled inside the cozy seashell. Time seemed to fly by, and the seashell gently guided her back to the beach. With a sweet kiss goodnight, Charlotte thanked her new starry friend and headed back home. As she settled into her bed, she gazed out her window at the starlit night sky, thinking about all the wonders of the beach. She closed her eyes, listening to the seashell's enchanting lullaby, and drifted off to a deep sleep, feeling a sense of peace and joy from this magical place by the sea. Sleep tight, little one.
a cozy tree. Imagine yourself in a grove of friendly trees, surrounded by playful animals and their beautiful stories. Let the soothing whispers of the leaves lull you to sleep. Close your eyes and prepare for your dreams with wonder and joy. Once upon a time, in a land filled with trees, there was a happy and friendly grove where all the trees had names. Our story begins with a remarkable tree named Celestine Arbor. Celestine was the tallest and wisest tree in the grove. Its leaves were emerald green, and its branches stretched wide like loving arms, inviting all the animals to come and play. One beautiful evening, as the sun descended behind the mountains, Celestine decided to relax and unwind. It's time for some cozy time, Celestine chuckled to itself. It spread its branches wide, ready to settle in for the night. Celestine whispered to the other trees. The animals of the forest heard the call and gathered around. Speedy the playful squirrel brought some juicy acorns, while Raina, the colorful butterfly, brought sweet nectar from the flowers. They loved spending time with their kind friend. As the night sky turned dark blue, Celestine began to share a magical story about a tiny seed that dreamed of becoming the mightiest tree in the whole wide world. The animals giggled as they imagined the tiny seed bravely setting out on its journey to experience the grandest adventures. With each word, Celestine's leaves shimmered, the forest glowed, and its bark creaked with joy as the story continued. The other trees swayed gently, joining in the storytelling, and they whispered their secrets to the wind. The forest became a haven of laughter and wonder, and soon all the animals snuggled close to Celestine, feeling safe and warm. The stars twinkled brighter, as if they were listening too, and the moon peeked out from behind the clouds, eager to be a part of their magical story time. As the night grew darker, the animals yawned, feeling sleepy and content. Celestine softly hummed a soothing lullaby. One at a time, they all dozed off, nestled close to their dear friend. In the embrace of the friendly grove of trees, Celestine Arbor and its forest friends enjoyed many more cozy evenings together, sharing stories, laughter, and dreams under the shimmering moonlight. Sleep tight and Have wonderful dreams. Good night.
Dreaming in Brazil. Once upon a time, there was a little sloth named Z. He was the slowest, cuddliest, and most adorable sloth. With his big, curious eyes and long, silky fur, he would hang from the trees all day long, exploring the lush world around him in the rainforests of Brazil. Before settling in for a long nap, Z decided to go on a little adventure through the rainforest, a breathtaking haven of natural wonders. Towering trees stretched their majestic branches into the sky, forming a verdant canopy that embraced the entire forest. Sunlight filtered through the emerald leaves, casting a warm, golden glow on the forest floor below. As Z ventured further into the heart of the rainforest, he encountered a captivating array of creatures. Playful monkeys swung from branch to branch, cheerful chattering echoing through the trees. Tropical birds with dazzling plumage created a symphony of songs, filling the air with melodies that blended harmoniously with the rustling leaves. He even met a friendly toucan who offered him juicy fruits to eat. "Thank you," said Z, taking a small bite. As he journeyed deeper into the forest, Z saw crystal clear streams wind through the rainforest, providing a cool and refreshing oasis for the resident animals. Delicate waterfalls tumbling down moss-covered rocks, their soothing sounds serenading the forest with a tranquil melody. Z discovered the rainforest was an enchanting and mystical realm, inviting him to experience the awe-inspiring beauty of this extraordinary place. But all these fun encounters made Z a bit tired. He yawned and decided to find a cozy place to rest. He found a soft, leafy bed under a big, shady tree, where the warm sun rays peeked through the leaves, creating a magical dance of light. As day turned to night, the rainforest transformed into a magical wonderland. Bioluminescent fireflies illuminated the darkness, creating a mystical glow that sparked like fairy lights. The calls of nocturnal creatures filled the air, creating an enchanting symphony under the twinkling stars above. Z closed his eyes and listened to the gentle rustling of leaves and the soothing sounds of the forest. He felt the cool breeze caressing his fur, making him feel even sleepier. "Good night, rainforest," he whispered. As he drifted off, Z thought of all the amazing things he had seen and how much he loved his home in Brazil. He dreamt of soaring through the sky like the birds and swinging from tree to tree like the monkeys. And we come to the end of our little story. Z fell into a deep, peaceful slumber, snuggled up in his rainforest bed. The rainforest creatures watched over him, knowing their sleepy friend would wake up refreshed and ready for new adventures the next day. So snuggle up, my little friend, and dream of the rainforest and all its wonders, just like Z did. Good night, sleep tight.
Flying Discoveries. In a lush and picturesque land filled with rolling hills, vibrant green forests, and colorful wildflower meadows, there lived Tally, the bird, and his 3 best friends, Crimson the robin, 𝘍𝑪 the blue jay, and 𝑚𝑟l the tiny sparrow. Every morning, the sun would cast a golden glow over the landscape. Crystal clear rivers and streams would wind their way through the land, reflecting the blue of the sky and providing a refreshing place for the birds to play. Overall, the country was a haven of natural beauty and tranquility, providing the perfect backdrop for 𝘨𝑖 and his friends to embark on exciting adventures. One morning, 𝘨𝑖 had a brilliant idea. He chirped excitedly, "Hey friends, let's go on a journey and discover new places together." Crimson happily flapped her wings and said, "That sounds so much fun. Where should we go first?" 𝘍𝑪 squawked, "How about the sparkling river? I heard it's full of shiny fish." 𝑚𝑟l tweeted, "Or we could visit the meadow with colorful flowers all around." So off they flew, gently flapping their wings as they soared through the bright blue sky. They reached the sparkling river, and 𝘨𝑖 gasped, "Wow! Look at those shimmering fish! They're like jewels in the water." Crimson giggled, "And see how the water ripples like a happy dance." Nearby was the riverbank, covered with lush green grass and wildflowers of every color imaginable. Tall, swaying trees, their leaves rustling softly in the breeze. Butterflies fluttered around the riverbank, their wings a symphony of vibrant hues. Dragonflies zipped by, their iridescent wings catching the sunlight as they hovered above the water's surface. Birds of all kinds visited to take sips of water and dip their feathers into the river for a refreshing bath. It was a place of tranquility where 𝘨𝑖 and his friends experienced nature's beauty and joy. They played by the riverbank, hopping and splashing until the sun started to set. 𝘨𝑖 yawned and said, "Oh, it's getting late, but our adventure isn't over yet." With a new burst of energy, they headed to the cozy meadow, nestled between rolling hills and a clear, babbling brook running along its edge. The grass was a soft, lush green that felt like a plush carpet underfoot. The flowers were like a rainbow carpet, tickling their feet as they landed. 𝘍𝑪 exclaimed, "These flowers are as soft as a bedtime pillow." Bees buzzed busily, collecting nectar from the blossoms, their soft hum adding to the soothing melody of the meadow. And fireflies twinkled like tiny stars, creating a magical atmosphere. The scent of the flowers filled the air like a sweet and comforting perfume that makes you want to close your eyes and take a deep breath. Merle chirped, and they smell like a sweet dream. In the meadow, 𝙑𝙯 and his friends found the perfect place to relax, play, and dream. As the stars twinkled in the night sky, they all sat together, feeling happy and tired. 𝙑𝙯 said, "We've discovered so many wonderful places today, but the best adventure is being with friends." They all nodded, cuddling close. "And now," 𝙑𝙯 whispered, "it's time to rest our wings and close our eyes." Under the twinkling stars, 𝙑𝙯 and his friends drifted off to sleep. The end.
The Blossoming Garden. Once upon a time, in a countryside paradise, nestled between rolling hills and bordered by a crystal clear stream, was a garden sprawling of lush greenery, filled with an array of vibrant and enchanting flowers, ranging from soft pastels to brilliant jewel tones, creating a visual feast for the eyes. The garden was like a rainbow on the ground. In this garden, there lived a tiny seed named 𝘲𝙧. 𝘲𝙧 dreamed of becoming a big, bright flower one day. Every morning, he would talk to his friends, who were also seeds in the garden. They all dreamed of growing and blooming. One morning, the rain clouds whispered to the ground, "Time to wake up, little seeds." The raindrops gently touched the soil, and the seeds started to grow. First, they sent down roots deep into the earth, like anchors to hold them steady. As the days passed, Speedy felt himself getting taller. His green leaves unfurled, and he reached toward the warm sun. Other seeds turned into a pretty white flower with a yellow center. A graceful flower with petals as white as snow, and a stunning red flower that smelled like candy. The garden was now a symphony of colors and scents. Bees buzzed around, sipping nectar from the flowers, and butterflies danced in the air. The flowers giggled and swayed as the wind gently rocked them to sleep. A quaint cobblestone path found its way through the garden, leading visitors on a delightful journey of discovery, lined with delicate wildflowers, and here and there, cozy wooden benches invited people to sit and soak in the beauty around them. In the center of the garden was a charming stone foundation adorned with sculptures of animals. The gentle sound of trickling water provided a soothing backdrop to the symphony of colors and scents. With each day, Speedy's stem grew strong, and his leaves became greener. His friend's petals opened like the first rays of sunlight in the morning. Another friend's elegant petals unfurled one by one, creating a delicate dance of beauty. And his other friend's red petals slowly opened, revealing her sweet fragrance. Tall, majestic flowers stood proudly in one corner, their golden heads turning to follow the sun's path throughout the day. Clusters of daisies created patches of white and yellow, while rows of tulips created a rainbow of hues, swaying in the breeze. Among the flowers were small clearings where magical creatures like butterflies, ladybugs, and fireflies danced and played. A cozy treehouse was perched in a mighty oak tree, offering a bird's eye view of the entire garden. One night, under the twinkling stars, the flowers shared stories. They talked about their journey from tiny seeds to beautiful flowers. They realized that even though they were all different, they were part of the same magical garden family. As the moon smiled with its gentle light, the flowers snuggled in and closed their eyes, feeling cozy and joyful. In this country village garden, a magical place unfolded, where seeds transformed into beautiful flowers, friends blossomed together, and dreams twinkled to life. And remember, when you spot a flower, think about how it used to be a tiny seed with a big wish. Like 𝘲𝙬 and his pals, you can grow, blossom, and sparkle in your style. Have the sweetest dreams.
Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.